Are you thinking about using your VA loan? Let's talk about the top 10 myths. My name is Dave Thompson. I'm with Dream Builder Realty Group. Hi, my name is David Thompson. I'm a real estate agent who specializes in helping veterans, and I'm an expert at the VA loan. First of all, I served in the military. I was in 1987. I was in the United States Navy. I served as a combat role in the Persian Gulf, part of the United Nations Expeditionary Force. I've served both in the Navy active and also Naval Reserves, and I'm a proud member of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW, and American Legions. So a VA loan is a very unique loan product. It is the best loan product there is. So I'm going to go through the top 10 myths and talk a little bit about a VA loan. But a VA loan, one of the huge benefits is obviously that you can buy a house with absolutely no money down, and even the seller can pay all your closing costs. Here's a real interesting part of the myth is not only is no money down, can the seller pay down your debts? It's the only loan product that I know where the seller could do what is called inducement of sale. So they can actually pay your closing costs, and then they can actually give you money for anything you want to use it for. And that could be buying appliances all the way to paying down some of your debts to let you qualify more. So most people, they have no concept of that little language in the VA loan. So the first one, do you have to have perfect credit? No, actually a VA loan is very lenient when it comes to credit. So there's other type of loans like conventional, FHA, all sorts of different loans, but the VA loan, we actually have a lot of flexibility when it comes to credit with a VA loan. So no, you don't have to have perfect credit. Another myth is there's a VA loan only used for purchasing a house. No, you can actually use a VA loan for a refinance. And here's another thing too. Well, the house has to be in perfect shape to use your VA loan. No, a house does not need to be in perfect shape to use your VA loan. In fact, there's a VA rehab loan where you can actually purchase a house and you can rehab the property at the same time. So there's some really cool stuff. I'm going to read off this list a couple other ones that I get asked all the time. Do you have to have perfect credit on a VA loan? No, you don't have to have perfect credit. In fact, credit is one of the most liberal loan products for credit. Most products, most like conventional loans and other products, you have to have really good credit. In a VA loan, it's fairly liberal as far as the credit. Is it for first-time home buyers? No. You can use a VA loan, and you could buy a house not using a VA loan, and then use a VA loan on your next house. You can use a VA loan. By the way, here's another one is that people think you can only use a VA loan once. No, you can use a VA loan over and over and over again. So a VA loan is not just for first-time home buyers, it's for any time, and you can use a VA loan over and over again. The VA loans have high interest rates. Yeah, I get people thinking this. VA loans do not have high interest rate. In fact, when you compare it to most loan products, often the VA loan comes in at the lowest or part of the lower tier of different types of loans. A VA takes 100 to close. No, a VA takes just as long to close as any other type of loans. I always suggest anybody, not just a better, but you get a fully approved loan with a real true lender, not a broker, but a lender. You get a really approved loan when you're looking for a house because everything is done. And basically, it's almost like buying a house with cash because you have your loan completely done. It's obviously good for you as a consumer. You feel comfortable having all that work done, but it allows your realtor to have great negotiation skills when you already have a fully approved loan. VA loans are for veterans who served during wartime. No, they're not for veterans who, well, obviously a veteran who served during wartime, but they're available for any veteran. In fact, here's the thing. You've only had to have 90 days of active duty. So if you were in the reserves and you had 90 days, and by the way, that boot camp counts toward that, you could qualify potentially to use a VA loan. So a lot of people think just because you're in the reserves and you didn't get activated, you can't use your VA loan. Such a misconception. VA loans are available for single family houses only. No, VA loans are available for many different types of purchases. You could buy a fourplex, live in one unit, and rent the other units out. You can buy a condo. You actually can build a house using a VA loan. And we've already talked about rehabilitation loans that VA has. So the VA has lots of different ways that you can use the loan with buying a property or refinance a property. Here's one. The VA loans have the conforming limit. There's a max limit. One of the really cool things about a VA loan that most people do not know, in fact, most lenders don't even know, especially realtors, is the fact that like conforming loans, conventionals and FHAs and the different type of loans have a limit, the amount of money that you can borrow on that loan. VA doesn't have any limits. That changed a couple years ago. If you wanted to use it to buy a $10 million house, not that you probably would, but you might be, you could actually use a VA loan to do that. You'd have to qualify for the payment. So there is a qualification process, but there's no limit to the amount of money that the loan size that you have to use for a VA loan. VA loans are only available for the veterans. No, actually, a surviving spouse can actually use a VA loan in this couple situations. So if somebody fallen on service, the surviving spouse can use the VA loan. Or if the spouse was a service-related disability, the surviving spouse could use it too. So there's some exceptions to that. There's lots of exceptions to the VA loan. To me, there is not a better product than the VA. I am, like I said, an expert when it comes to using the VA loan, and I specialize in helping military families or veterans purchase houses. I've been selling real estate now for over 30 years at very high levels, really experienced, and I myself am a veteran. If you have questions about how to use your VA loan or like to get qualified, give me a call. My personal cell phone number is 269-251-8711. If you get my hold of my voicemail, leave me a message. I do return my calls. Or go ahead and give me an email. The email address is down below. I look forward to talking to you. My name is Dave Thompson.